I was at Home Depot and I came across these paint sticks. Did you guys ever know that they had numbers on them? I know I didn't. I guess I haven't used enough of them in my lifetime. But anyway, I kind of had in my mind what I wanted to make when I saw these paint sticks, and they were 98 cents and there were 10 in a pack. I bought one pack. I wish I would have bought two, but as I laid out my template, I had exactly enough for what I was going to try to do. So I use wood glue and I use hot glue, but I probably could have stuck with just the wood glue, but of course the wood glue was going to take longer. So I added up, I wound up using some of the hot glue instead. Anyway, just a little bit of it. And my project still wasn't sticking together. So I remember I had these clips from the Dollar Tree and they are pretty strong. They're even like hard to get open. And I think they came five in a pack. So anyway, I got my design put together real quick there, and I let it dry for a little bit, and I took off the little clips and put that last piece in there, popped it in there, and you can see what it is now. It is a window. I don't know, what would you call it? A window. It couldn't be a window pane because there's no glass. So window grill, window. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you would call it. But I knew that I wanted to make a window because I had this little wreath that I got from Target Dollar Spot that was super cute, along with this other accent piece of wood that you're gonna see that I added to it when at the end of the when I'm done with this project. But anyway, I just used wood glue for adding that cross there, the grill onto the window, and put the clips on there, and I let that dry. I didn't have to let it dry for a super long time. I want to say, I don't remember. I think I went and made dinner, came back, and just popped them off, and it was dry. And so I'm gonna just go on in and paint it. Everything's good and dry. I don't remember how long it took to dry, but if you do DIYs, you can figure out your time how long it took to dry. I think I left it probably for a couple hours. I think 2 hours, maybe at the most, 2 3 hours. But anyway, again, my favorite chalk paint. Look at my bottle. It has seen better days. I'm almost out of it. I'm going to have to buy some more Waverly chalk paint in white is what I decided to use. And so I'm going to speed this process up. Although I love to paint, it is relaxing to me. You do not want to see me paint this and how long it took me to paint it, which it didn't take long because it's not a huge project. I did add 2 coats to that. I could have stuck with one, and I just added 2 because I wanted to be bright, like a bright white. And I went on and took a little, you only need a little dab of that because a little goes a long way with these sponge brushes that also come from, not also, but that come from the Dollar Tree. You just need a dab of that black paint. I wanted to go on with black. I was thinking about distressing it in gray, but I didn't know how much it was going to show up, and I wanted it to look really old. So I'm done with that project. It was simple and it was fast. It was easy as 1 2 3. You can do it. It didn't take no effort at all. And so this little wreath, I want to put a little sign in there that I found from Target Dollar Spot that was just $1, and it's the cutest. I think it is one of my all-time favorites. It is the cutest sign that I purchased from that Dollar Spot myself. I don't know if you would agree with me. Let me know. But look at it. And it's wood. Welcome sign is so cute, and it's black on the back. I mean, Target did it with that project. I mean, with that find for just $1. So I pulled out some of the vines because I wanted to put that. I wanted that project to sit in there, and I'm gonna add those vines back. Those, well, I don't know, they're not vines, but leaves. I'm going to add them back at the end. So I already had that ribbon with the black and white dots. I already had that made up, but I thought it was too dark. It's still summertime, so I didn't want to use the black. So I had this. Both of those ribbons came from Dollar Tree. So I had this white one and I never used it. So I decided that I was gonna make my my bow out of that white instead because I didn't like I said, I didn't want to use the darker one. I think that's more so for fall It's still summer, so I went on with the white and burlap. Although the one with the dots on it is wired, that one, the white one, is not, but it's thick enough that it'll still hold this shape because of the paint that they put onto the burlap. So you how I make my bowls is I wrap that around um 2 times, and I take some twine, scrunch up the middle, and put that cut a piece of twine and tie that in the middle and pull it as tight as you can. So you take that and you pull that real tight. There you go, and you tie it in a knot. And since you wrap that 2 times, you folded it 2 times in half, you're going to have like 2 bowls, and you just pull them out of the side like that, and you just fluff them up however you want it. And I was really surprised how that one kept its shape, but like I said, the form of it was pretty stiff because of the paint that they used on it. So it did hold its shape, regardless to having not having wire in it. But I did forget to put my other piece in there. I would have did that before I tied that knot in the middle, but you can do it however you want. It's still going to turn out the same way. So I take 2 ends of it. I'm going to cut my little fishtail first, and you'll see how I added that piece that's going to hang down the side. I would have did it together when I tied that knot the first time, but I was getting so excited about this project because it turned out super cute. I just couldn't wait to finish, and I forgot to add that. So how I do mine is to get the 2 sides together is I just twist it and I turn it so you can get both sides to match. So you can have the painted sides, both sides match, and not one side look different from the other side, if you know what I'm talking about. So you just add that in the same way. You scrunch it up in the middle, and you just take another piece of twine and tie it in the center and pull real hard and tie that ends in a knot, just like you did to make that bow. And there you go. A pretty, pretty bow. So simple and easy to make. Pull it as tight as you can. Tie it in a knot. Cut off the excess. And I did know that I didn't want to hot glue my bowl, and I didn't want to hot glue the reform. So I decided to use a thumbtack, and I'm out of the twine that came on that project. I just made a little hook in the back and just hooked it on the tack that I pushed into the wood. I did the same thing with the bow because I know I didn't want to hot glue it because if I want to take this loose and use it for something else, I wouldn't have all that glue stuck on there. So I did the same thing. I added a tack to the top, made me a little hook on the back with the twine, and I'm a step ahead of myself. So I got to make the centerpiece for the bow so that twine won't show. So you just cut another piece of ribbon, folds it in half, and just hot glue it in the center so that twine that you tied in a knot to keep your bow together won't show. My lighting is off a little bit on here. It's a little bit too bright for all that white. But again, I just made a little hook in the back with the twine, and I hooked that bow on the tack that I pushed in to that wood there. But look how cute that is. Look how cute that turned out. It turned out super cute. So now I'm gonna add these pieces of leaves, leaves, or what would you call it, vines, back into there so it won't look so sparse on the ends that I put that welcome sign on. So I added all the pieces that I took off. I added them back on there, and when you pull them out, they're like a little point on the end, and they go back in really easy. You just gotta give it a little force and push them back in there. So I added all the pieces that I took out. I added them back, and I am done. I tied a little piece of twine at the top so I can hang it on my hook on the door. But I'm going to take this over and walk it to the door and hang it on the door. And this is one of my favorite all-time projects that I have done. I just love it so much. Let me know what you like about it and if you like it at all. Thanks for watching. So I'm Shelly. Please subscribe, like, and give this video a thumbs up, and there's more videos to come. Thanks. Bye.